I did not come to entertain you. I did not rise to flatter your fears or comfort your excuses. I came to confront you with truth, and the truth, however bitter, is this: no one is coming. Not your government, not your family, not your friends, not your mentors. No one will wake up at dawn to build your dream for you. No one will bleed for your vision. No one will fight your silent battles. The world is not waiting to give you greatness. The world is watching to see if you are bold enough to take it. We live in a generation addicted to applause, yet allergic to action. Many are dreaming out loud, but building in silence. They post like warriors, but wake like cowards. They declare they want success, but they sleep through discipline. They say they are hungry, yet refuse to eat the meal of sacrifice. My question is simple: if your dream matters, why are you waiting for someone else to build it? Your dream is not a fantasy, it is a war zone, and in war, hesitation is death. If you do not rise now, if you do not train now, if you do not act now, then what you call a dream will rot into regret. Because dreams do not come to life through emotion, they come through execution. And execution belongs to the man who takes full responsibility. Not the man who blames the world, but the one who builds anyway. They told you to dream big. They told you to visualize. They told you to write it down and speak it out loud. But what they did not tell you is that the world does not reward dreamers, it rewards builders. And dreaming without building is the most sophisticated form of deception. Because while your lips speak of destiny, your hands remain idle. And I say to you today, with no apology, if you do not build it, no one will hand it to you. The world owes you nothing. No one will build your dream for you. No one will cry your tears, fight your wars, or carry your calling. It is your dream, and therefore it is your responsibility. We live in an age of noise, an age where men speak louder than they act, where they declare purpose on platforms but produce nothing in silence, where they are waiting for the perfect moment, the right people, the divine sign, before they move. But the effective one knows that waiting is not preparation, it is procrastination dressed in spiritual language. He does not wait for permission, he does not beg for approval, he does not kneel before comfort. He rises and builds because he knows that no one will hand him a life of meaning. He must carve it with sacrifice, build it with blood, and guard it with discipline. No one will wake up for you at 4 a.m. and build your vision. No one will fasten your mind with focus. No one will remove distractions from your path. That is your work. And if you do not do the work, the dream dies in potential. Many are not defeated by failure. They are defeated by the fantasy that someone else will carry them through the fire. But the fire was made for you, and you must walk through it with bare feet and a burning heart, knowing that no one will do it for you. This is the law of ownership. Until you own your dream fully, you will always blame someone else for why it is delayed. You will say, if I had more time. You will say, if I had more support. You will say, if I had better circumstances. But none of that will build for you. Time will not pity you. Circumstances will not wait for you. The dream will not lower itself for your convenience. You must rise, you must build. You must carry the burden even when no one claps, even when the path is lonely, even when the pain screams louder than your progress. You must stop outsourcing your dream to those who do not carry your fire. Stop expecting others to believe more than you. Stop begging people to understand what was never revealed to them. Your dream is sacred. And sacred things are not meant to be explained, they are meant to be executed. You do not need to explain why you grind while others rest. You do not need to explain why you're building when others are watching. You do not need to explain why you refuse to quit. Just build, because the results will make noise that explanations never could. There are those who wait to be discovered, and there are those who choose to develop. You must choose development over discovery. You must choose progress over popularity. You must choose discipline over distraction, because the man who builds, even in obscurity, becomes a force the world cannot ignore. While others rehearse what they will say when they succeed, he is busy laying foundation after foundation. While others practice looking successful, he is practicing being unshakable. And when the storms come, not if, but when his structure stands, not because he was lucky, but because he built it with his own hands. You must build even when it's slow. You must build even when it's quiet. You must build even when the outcome is invisible, because it is better to sweat in discipline than to bleed in regret. And those who wait for someone else to do it will watch their lives be written by people with no vision. Your dream deserves your fight. Your calling deserves your strength. And the world does not need another echo. It needs your original sound, built through fire, built through silence, built through unshakable will. You must understand, destiny is not found, it is forged. You do not find purpose lying on the ground. You do not stumble into legacy by accident. You build it, you construct it, you fight for it. And if you do not rise now, if you do not act now, then you are already surrendering your future to the comfort of today. But if you rise, if you build brick by brick, day by day, with ruthless commitment, then what you construct will not only elevate you, it will echo beyond you. Everyone wants the crown, but no one wants the cross. Everyone wants the platform, but few are willing to pay the price. Everyone wants the dream, but not the discipline, not the tears, not the loneliness. But I say to you, the dream will never be handed to the man who avoids pain. The dream bows to sacrifice. The dream respects the one who suffers for it. And this is where many fall. They want success that costs them nothing. They want purpose without pressure. They want progress without pain. But the highly effective man understands that sacrifice is not the exception, sacrifice is the requirement. There are no shortcuts to destiny. There are no hacks to legacy. You cannot cheat the process and expect the promise. The ones who build anything that lasts, anything that transforms, anything that endures, they bleed for it. They give when no one is looking. They train when no one applauds. They wake up with sore bones and tired eyes, but they do not quit. They are not addicted to feeling good. They are committed to doing what must be done. They understand that comfort is the enemy of elevation, that pleasure is the thief of purpose, that without pain there is no power. You will not build a dream with convenience. You will not carry your calling without cost. If it does not hurt, it is not heavy enough. If it does not stretch you, it will never shape you. Those who build great things are those who are willing to lose lesser things. They give up their nights so they can rise early. They give up distraction so they can gain clarity. They give up applause so they can earn respect. They do not live like the crowd because they are not called like the crowd. Their habits are different, their mindset is different, their sacrifice is different, and because of that their results are different. Do not be deceived, every dream has a price tag, and you must decide, will you pay it now in pain, or will you pay it later in regret? Because you will pay. There is no neutral life, there is no painless greatness. You either sacrifice for your vision, or you sacrifice your vision. You either suffer through progress, or you suffer under mediocrity. And many, I say many, suffer not because they are weak, but because they refuse to commit to the discipline that would free them. They delay the pain, but the pain always returns heavier, sharper, more bitter. Sacrifice is not seasonal. It is not a moment, it is a lifestyle. It is not something you do when you feel inspired. It is something you do when inspiration is gone, when motivation is dead, when energy is empty. And still you rise, still you act, still you build, because the man who truly wants the dream does not wait for it, he fights for it. He walks into the storm, he pushes through the fire. He does not pray for ease, he prays for strength. He does not beg for shortcuts, he demands endurance from his soul. You must decide what matters most, because every yes to your dream is a no to something else. The lazy man says, I don't have time. The committed man says, I make time. The average man says, I can't afford the sacrifice. But the effective man knows he cannot afford not to. because he knows what I sacrifice today, I will thank myself for tomorrow. What I deny today, I will walk in power from tomorrow. Every workout, every early rise, every hour of reading, every project completed without applause, these are seeds. Seeds that grow silently until one day they speak loudly, not with words but with results. There is no ease in excellence, there is no comfort in climbing. But when the summit is reached, when the foundation is laid, when the work bears fruit, the pain becomes proof that you were chosen, that you were willing, that you did what others would not. That is the honor of sacrifice. It hurts now, but it shouts forever. The ones who sacrificed are the ones whose names remain when the noise dies. Because they did not build from hype, they built from hunger. You cannot be effective if you are unwilling to endure. You cannot lead if you are allergic to loss. You cannot shine if you are scared of the shadow. And I tell you today, if you are serious about building your dream, not imagining it, not admiring it, but building it, then you must welcome the suffering that comes with it. Because your dream is not waiting for comfort, it is waiting for a builder who is bold enough to suffer for it. Talent may impress in the beginning, but it is discipline that decides who finishes. Talent will get you applause, but only discipline will build you a legacy. We are in a generation obsessed with gifting. We celebrate talent, we idolize skill, we glorify charisma, but I say this to you without fear of contradiction. Discipline is louder than talent. Discipline is the force that takes average men to extraordinary heights. Discipline is the bridge between vision and manifestation. Without it, your talent is a loud shout in an empty room. But with it, even your quiet actions will thunder across generations. I have seen men who could speak with fire, but could not wake up early. I have seen women with brilliance in their minds, but no control over their habits. They were admired for a moment, then forgotten forever, because talent is potential, but discipline is power. Talent is a spark, but discipline is a furnace. And if you are going to build something that outlives you, something that shakes the dust off dormant dreams, something that tears through every obstacle, you will need more than talent. You will need discipline like breath in your lungs and steel in your bones. Discipline is the unseen power behind every great builder. It is what wakes you before the alarm. It is what keeps you studying when others are sleeping. It is what holds your tongue when others speak nonsense. It is what trains your body, sharpens your mind, purifies your intent. Discipline is not glamorous, it is gritty. It is not beautiful, it is brutal, but it works, it builds, it multiplies, it strengthens. And it separates, because when others burn out on emotions, the disciplined man still moves on mission. When others complain about the cost, the disciplined man has already paid it. We do not rise because of our gifts. We rise because of our grind. You can be the most talented person in the room, but if you are not consistent, you are invisible. The man who wins is not the most skilled, it is the one who shows up every day without excuse, without distraction, without delay. That is why discipline is the mark of the mature. Children do what feels good, men do what is required. Discipline is the decision to build even when the fire of inspiration has gone cold. It is the commitment to your calling when comfort is calling you louder. Discipline tells you when to say no, even when everything in you wants to say yes. Discipline tells you to stay focused when everyone else is moving in confusion. Discipline tells you to keep building, even when the results are not visible. Because the disciplined man is not moved by outcome, he is anchored by process. And the process, when repeated with intention, always delivers power. You don't get strong overnight. You don't build a legacy in 1 week. You get strong by waking up early, by refusing distraction, by doing the hard things repeatedly until your excellence becomes unavoidable. Discipline silences doubt. When your habits are strong, your mind becomes unshakable. You are no longer tossed by emotions because your structure carries you. Discipline builds a rhythm in your life that pressure cannot break. That is why the disciplined man does not panic, he prepares. He does not rush, he moves with precision. He is not loud, but his results are. And when he walks into a room, even the undisciplined become quiet, because discipline speaks without speaking. It commands without shouting. It produces without posturing. You must understand this clearly. Talent without discipline is a curse. It will give you glimpses of greatness without the power to stay there. It will show you flashes of glory that fade into frustration. You will see what you could have been, but you will never become it. Discipline is what anchors your dream when the winds of life are howling. It is what protects your purpose when temptation comes knocking. It is what holds your house together when storms try to rip it apart. Discipline is not an emotion, it is not a mood, it is not a moment, it is a mindset. And if you build that mindset daily, then you will never need to wait for motivation again. You will act because it's required, you will build because it's expected, you will lead because it is your assignment, not because it feels good, but because it is necessary. And in this world, where everyone is looking for hacks, shortcuts, easy paths, the man of discipline becomes rare, becomes powerful, becomes unstoppable. A dream is not a decoration for your imagination. A dream is not a gentle whisper in your sleep. A dream is not something to casually admire or romantically describe. A dream is a battle. A dream is a responsibility. A dream is a fire that demands fuel, a mission that demands your life. And if you are not willing to fight for it, then you are not ready to receive it, because no dream comes without resistance. No vision survives without violence. Not physical violence, but the inner war of discipline, sacrifice, and relentless pursuit. The world does not hand over destiny freely. It tests the man who claims he wants more. It sends storms to see if you will stand. It creates delays to see if you will wait. It brings opposition to see if you will retreat. And most do, most run when the pressure comes, most quit when the path becomes lonely, most fold when it takes too long. But the highly effective man understands something deeper. He understands that the dream is not a feeling to enjoy, it is a fight to endure. Feelings are temporary, but purpose is eternal, and the man who wins is not the one who feels the strongest, but the one who fights the longest. He does not expect ease. He does not wait for applause. He prepares for battle. Every day you are being tested. Tested by distractions, tested by doubt, tested by discouragement. And if you are not prepared to fight for your vision will die at the feet of fear. The question is not, do you have a dream? The question is, can you fight through the fire required to make it real? Because everything you want, every goal, every legacy, every impact is guarded by pain, by uncertainty, by struggle. And the gatekeeper will not move until you prove that you are worthy to enter. You do not knock on the door of destiny with weak hands. You break it open with blood in your eyes and fire in your chest. You will be misunderstood. You will be laughed at. You will be told to settle, but you must not, because your dream is not for them to understand, it is for you to fulfill. You must become deaf to the voices that try to shrink your vision. You must become blind to the distractions that try to detour your focus, because dreams do not bend, they break the man who tries to carry them without commitment. And if you are not ready to bleed for it, you are not ready to build it. Too many men want to inherit greatness without paying the price. They want the outcome without the war. But I tell you, the dream is not handed to the passive. It is given to the prepared. The man who fights for his dream trains himself in silence. He sharpens his mind when others relax. He disciplines his body when others drift. He masters his emotions when others drown in them, because he knows the battle is not only around him, it is within him. And if he wins the inner war, no external force can stop him. You cannot casually approach what is sacred. You cannot casually pursue what is eternal. Casual effort produces casualty, and dreams that are pursued casually always end in regret. But when you pursue your dream like a soldier, when you pursue your dream like a commander in a battlefield with intensity, with focus, with honor, then you will walk through fire and not be consumed. You will lose battles, but you will never lose the war, because the war is not won in one moment, it is won in a lifetime of choosing to fight again. Your dream is not soft, your dream is not gentle. Your dream is a lion that must be tamed, a mountain that must be climbed, a beast that must be broken. And every day that you wake up and choose discipline, every day that you wake up and choose sacrifice, every day that you wake up and choose to keep going even when your body says stop, even when your mind says quit, you are proving that you were made for this. That your dream chose the right one, that you will not back down.